Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's look is going to be this really super dramatic cut crease, and if you want to see what I did, then keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm always doing the same step over and over again. So I'm taking my 11 all covered concealer from Inglot, but you can use any sort of eyeshadow base you like, and I'm applying that all over the lid right up to the brow as an even base, and just make sure the edges of that concealer are also really nicely blended. Eye look, I'm going to concentrate more so on these sort of really skinny kind of blending brushes, and I'm going into the Keilidh palette first, which is in collaboration with Suzanne Jackson, if you did not know. But basically I'm taking one of the darkest colors I'm going to use from the palette, and I'm really pretty straightforward. I'm just placing that in my crease quite heavily, and then I'm just going to blend out the edges. I'm just going to wipe my brush first in this little kind of color switch thingy, but I'm basically blending out the edges of that purple just to make it nice and soft. Like, this sort of look will take a little bit of time, but make sure that the blend is nice and even and that you do bring it up high enough, because we're going to be cutting this crease quite high because you want to be able to see it. Now then I just took one of the ready colors from the palette as well, and I further kind of buffed out that purple, but we're not going to see much of that kind of pinky ready shade once we have the yellow there. But basically then I'm just moving over to my other brush, and I'm taking the yellow and I'm placing it right over top of that red, and then when you mix the red and the yellow together you get orange. So you don't even really need to use the orange from the palette because it's there on its own. I'm basically then just going back and forth with the darker colors just to get the blend nice and even. So first I'm taking like the purple color, then I'm going to go into red, then the yellow, and so on until I have the kind of desired effect. Then I'm just going to take the darkest purple from the palette, and I'm just going to very lightly darken up the bottom of the crease just to add a little bit more definition, so when we're cutting it's gonna be super sharp and defined just by that line. You can use black if you want it a little bit more dramatic. Then I'm just going to take the concealer with my Zoeva brush, and I'm going to take my time when doing this. This took me about maybe 10 minutes to do in total, just to make sure both sides are quite even. I'm just really gently and carefully carving out along my crease, double checking that both sides are even, or even just looking straight into a mirror to see if you can actually see that line, because with a full cut crease you want to be able to see that whole line going across your well, not across, even just above your natural crease. Then I'm just going to take the white eyeshadow from the palette, and I'm just going to set that whole lid space. Then with the black liquid liner, I'm just going to do a pretty standard wing, kind of nearly like a 60s wing. So I'm just going to angle it up a little bit, kind of nearly to meet my cut crease, but they're not going to join up or anything. But I mean, you could do that, it will just change the look slightly. And then I'm just taking the same colors I used on top, and I'm bringing them right along the lower lash line, starting with the deepest color. Then I'm going to be blending that out with the red, and then I will finish off with some of the yellow. It's pretty straightforward, there's nothing too intense or like crazy difficult here. Then I'm just going to highlight the inner corner with this kind of shimmery teal color from the palette. And I did apply the lashes, but my camera decided to cut out, so this is the finished look. I really hope you like this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!